Good afternoon, Sava here from Football Heritage TV. Even in the dull days, even in the international weeks, Spurs find a way of keeping us entertained. Today's news, Eric Dier in crisis talks with Daniel Levy. About what? What crisis talks, Eric? You're just not very good. The new manager has seen straight through you and you're not wanted. So what are the crisis talks, I ask, between Eric Dier and Daniel Levy? What could they possibly be saying? We'll get into that in a minute. Also, lots of talk. Some people are worried. Davinson Sanchez is gone. God knows why they'd be worried, but some people are worried that they've gone. And now that leaves us with the next backup as Ben Davies and, more importantly, Ashley Phillips. Is this Ashley Phillips time to shine? How good is he? Do we trust Ange on this one? Let's get into it in a couple of seconds. Yes, good afternoon. So, Eric Dier, he's been here for a decade. First of all, let that sink in. Eric Dier's been here for a decade. No manager has got rid of this guy. It beggars belief. We've had some great defensive managers. Jose Mourinho, Pochettino, not saying he was defensive. We've had Conte, and everyone keeps playing Eric Dier. Finally, we have a manager that doesn't want to play Eric Dier, that realises, I hope, that he's not very good. He can't play this system. Eric Dier is an atrocious defender that has stolen a living and somehow still finds himself sporadically in England squads. Mind blown. Mind absolutely blown. But all the reports today, now I've picked two, but if you type in Eric Dier and go to news and look at it in order, nearly every publication is running with this story about crisis talks. And, Eric Dier throws down the gauntlet to Daniel Levy. Why? What's he gone in and said? I'm not playing. Can you have a word with Ange? What's he going to say? I'm not being picked and I'm Eric Dier and I've been here for 10 years. Why am I not being played? Well, Eric, you've had a whole month to try and find a new club. A whole window to go and find a new club. And that didn't materialise. There were reports that he was wanted on loan and that he rejected them. Obviously, reports, we don't know if they're 100% true. But let's have a look at what some of the publications are running with. So first off, we'll have a look at sorry, bear with me 1 second. Here we go. So first of all, we'll have a look at the Express. They've run with the story that Tottenham star Eric Dier, hopefully you can read this, Tottenham star Eric Dier, let me blow that up for you. There you go. Tottenham star Eric Dier holds frank talks with Daniel Levy. Frank talks with Daniel Levy after Ange Postecoglou's snub. Eric Dier continues to be frozen out of Tottenham and has held talks over his future at the club. Tottenham defender Eric Dier has reportedly had a frank discussion with club chief Daniel Levy after failing to play a single minute in Ange Postecoglou's first 5 games in charge. Now, there's the first clue, isn't it, people? If you've not been given a minute in the first 5 games, that tells you that you are not very good and the manager does not rate you. He wasn't even picked when we made 9 changes stupidly in the League Cup. He's not coming on in front of other players. They go on to say the England man has not been named in the squad once this season and failed to secure a move away from North London before the Premier League transfer window closed. The Telegraph have claimed that talks were held between Dier and Levy, likely regarding his current situation at the club, though there has been no suggestion that the pair had a falling out despite being snubbed by the new Spurs boss. Postecoglou swapped to a back 4, meaning 1 less place in defence, while he also signed Mickey van der Ven in an initial $34.5 million deal to partner him with Christian Romero, therefore leaving Dier in the lurch. Even the departures of Sanchez, Rodon and Tanganga have left Spurs light at the back beyond Van der Ven Romero. Postecoglou is likely to use Ben Davies as cover while promoting talented youngsters Ashley Phillips and Alfie Dorrington. Now, we could look that the Metro have run with a very similar story. They've all run with this story, by the way. This isn't me picking on one publication. They're all running with this story. So I ask you this question. Is this just time? Is it just now we're at the stage where a manager has finally come in and said, I'm not going to play the old guard. I am going to look to the future. Sure, Romero, he's your best centre-back at the club. Sure. Christian Romero, you are going to stay and play. Van der Ven, you're my first signing, my proper first defensive signing. You're going to be his partner. After that, and this is where we will now switch the conversation to the Ashley Phillips and Davinson Sanchez situation. Surely now you look to the new. Surely now, and this is the debate that lots of people keep having, people are bored of seeing Eric Dier. People are bored of seeing Davinson Sanchez because you know what? They may have experience, and I'm told that we should have kept Davinson Sanchez for his experience rather that than someone like Ashley Phillips who might not be ready. But I'll ask this question to you. We've seen Dier. We've seen Tanganga. We've seen Sanchez. We've seen Roden. These guys are littered with errors. I don't care if they're 30, 25, 24. These are experienced pro footballers that every game make mistakes. Now, I'll ask you this. Ashley Phillips, what do we know about him? We know that he was highly thought of at Blackburn Rovers. We know that he played 8 league games, and then I think he's played a further 6 games in cup competition, so making it 14 first-team appearances for the club. And then Spurs have swooped in and stole him. Now, we know that the Blackburn fans were really disappointed as he was massively rated there. A tall defender, elegant. And again, this is from the video footage I've seen. Difficult to go too much deeper than that without seeing loads and loads of his games. But he looks tall, elegant on the ball, good positioning, brings the ball out. Positional sense looks good. He's good in the air. Now, you can say that's only in the Championship. Sure. How many players have come from the Championship, League One, and done well? Sure. How many have come and not done well? Of course. There's the flip side to everything. But here's my question to you. Surely, if you're like me, you would rather see, or would you rather see Ashley Phillips come in at the age of 18, start being blooded into the team, make a few mistakes because young defenders will make mistakes? Or would you rather, and he's the future of this football club, or would you rather see Dier and Sanchez, who have no future at this football club, still getting appearances, still getting minutes, and still making mistakes? I, every time, would rather see the young player come in. He's going to make mistakes, but he's going to learn and he's going to grow. And if these young players don't ever get a chance in the first team, how can they get better? I hear you say, well, why not send him out on loan, Ashley Phillips? Well, clearly, Postecoglou rates him. He's bought him. He hasn't sent him anywhere on loan. He's let Davinson Sanchez, Roden and Tanganga go. He's dropped Dier completely. Surely that tells you that he rates Ashley Phillips as a good player. Now, what happens if you send Ashley Phillips out on loan to a team that don't play the Ange Postecoglou system? Now, all of a sudden, he's playing week in, week out, but not in the same system that he'll be coming back to at Tottenham. So for me, I want to see this young player blooded. I want to see him thrown in. Maybe if you're 3 or 4-0 up in a game and you're at home, you give him the last 25, 30 minutes alongside a Christian Romero. What's wrong with that? What's to say he might not be a new Rio Ferdinand or a John Terry? The argument, of course, will be, well, he could be a bad defender like other bad defenders. Sure. But they bought him for a reason. So for me, I would definitely want to see Ashley Phillips getting some minutes. And everyone who watches the Championship is telling me this boy's a player. We'll see. As always, never a dull day at Tottenham. Even in the international break, we love it. I'm sure you love it. Smash the like. Please subscribe. We're now only 44 subscribers away from 11,000. So please smash that button. Everybody, I'll be back tonight. We're doing a watch-along of France versus Ireland in the Euro 2024 group. France top of the group. Ireland need to win to have any chance of qualifying from that group and hopefully getting that second place. It's football. We need it. We want to watch it. So join me tonight at 7:30. Let me hear your thoughts on Dier, on Sanchez, on Phillips and Postecoglou's decision. Much love. See you later. And as always, come on, you Spurs.